Ladies and gentlemen, let's get down to business. Last week, I believe last week Tuesday, I ran a video with respect to a 13-year-old. And before I go further with what I'm going to tell you now is that the editing of that video was done by me. No one else was responsible for putting that video together but myself. And I'll tell you this, all the clips that you have seen in the past on Crime Watch for the last few months, in fact since April and maybe prior to that on the last station, I am the person responsible for doing all the editing. And sometimes you might see me rushing back to the studio after an hour long of interviews and whatnot. I will sit down and go through my interviews and do the editing. I am the person responsible for editing, and I edit my own show. I've never had anybody edit anything for me on my show. However, last week Tuesday, the contents of the footage was so graphic, I decided to just cut and just bring it down to 38 seconds. I don't know, ladies and gentlemen, how in God creative world, maybe I don't know what happened. Nevertheless, ladies and gentlemen, there's nobody to be fired here this afternoon from this team. I have made sure and secured their jobs. And believe it, I have made sure and secured their jobs. And I have said to, and I have informed management, anybody who has to go home, let it be me. And on national television, ladies and gentlemen, I know that video has outraged a lot of bodies out there, a lot of organizations, and I sincerely do apologize. I mean, I really, really do apologize. I've apologized to management of TV6. I've apologized to Sheila Bola. I've apologized to Dawn Thomas, to Dominic Kalipasad, head of OCM, Dawn Thomas, TV6 CEO, Sheila Bola, head of news, Dominic Kalipasad, and the crew, general manager, And I mean, it's very, very unfortunate. But nevertheless, ladies and gentlemen, all the videos, all the shoplifting, everything you have seen in the past, getting the criminals, it was all done. I mean, I did the editing. However, in doing so, on Friday, I mean, my sole intention, I mean, I was totally outraged when I saw the clip of the young lady, of the minor, of the 13-year-old. Do you know since July, I think June or July, this incident occurred, I believe it was in July. June? Since in June that incident occurred and absolutely nothing was done. Absolutely nothing was done. Absolutely nothing was done. I decided to pick up the matter, and in a matter of days, the suspect was taken into custody. To this today, ladies and gentlemen, the suspect was charged. So if you are telling me for a 38 seconds mistake, I'm not saying that I want rage, but I am saddened to know with my track record, one mistake, and I mean, look back at all the videos, look back at everything, look back at the drugs we have gotten during the SOE, the guns that we have gotten off the streets, just during the SOE, how many things that we have done, drugs, guns, criminal elements, guns in your house, we find it. And imagine, all these people decided now to turn their back on me. But nevertheless, one must understand the nature of human beings. The only friend you have is God, The only friend you have is God. And how often do we talk to God? You understand? I'm glad it happened to show me that there are people who might say, Ian Allen, you're doing a good job. But those are the same people who turned their back on me and decided to cut me down and make a public outcry, cut his throat, stone him down. But nevertheless, ladies and gentlemen, and do whatever I did with respect to that video and showing that footage, I apologize. But remember, I won the battle. I got the victim. I got the suspect. Remember that we got the suspect. So even though, this is not no sugar. For too long we've been sugarcoating everything and hide this, hide that. Let everybody see. I'm sure you can recall the video in Monroe Road when the father was shot. The father of one was shot dead going to buy bread. We aired the clip. How many people was taken to custody? How many people have been charged now? What about the Maruga killing? What about, and it goes on, it goes on. So ladies and gentlemen, this is performance. I'm sure a lot of you might be outraged. I realize some organization rated me. I mean, come on, but you know, I'll tell you this. All those radio stations that are talking this and talking that and bad mouthing, you know what's the whole problem? Let me tell you what is the problem. Jealousy, envy. Because at the end of the day, nothing is, excuse me, not even my ad is selling on their station, because everybody wants to advertise on Crime Watch. They can't believe a young man south of the Carney River come up in town and mash up the whole dance. That is what they can't, they can't handle that. They can't handle that. And it's not about Ian Alleyne standing up for what is right. Ladies and gentlemen, I'll tell you this. Crime Watch is not a soap opera, you know. And it's not a show, it's reality television. Every day my life is being threatened. I can't live a normal life like you know. My family, they live abroad, back and forth.